Hey everyone, Framesy here. Today I want to talk to you about a couple of tips that have helped me out across both adventure and arena. Let's go. Alright, so first up let's talk about the Eye of Reach. The Eye of Reach is probably my favourite and the most important weapon for me personally. I think I've been using this weapon for about a year solid now, ever since I switched from using the blunderbuss as my main. The reason I switched from the blunderbuss to the sniper was because of the ability to quickscope. Now, I'm not the best by any means, but I've got pretty good at it. 3 of my friends are definitely better than me, but that's kind of because I'm the helmsman. RIP. To quickscope, simply aim down the sight, and as you see just a glimpse of that view through the scope, that is when you want to fire. Once you get good at that, you can actually dial it back a little bit and be a little bit premature with your firing, because the actual kind of accuracy is done slightly before that view is actually kind of on your screen. When you do fire, this will be perfectly centered as if you were lining up a shot perfectly with the middle of the scope. Okay, next up, let's talk about the Flintlock. The biggest thing that I've learned about the Flintlock is not to use it at range. This is a mid-range weapon. It's got a longer reach than the blunderbuss, obviously, but a much shorter reach than the Eye of Reach, given the name. It's going to... Anyway, I digress. If you're PvPing on a boat or an island and you're relatively close to the enemy, you can actually hip fire this weapon without needing to ADS, and you can be pretty sure that you're going to hit them. Now, that does come with some kind of screen awareness. You need to roughly know where like the middle of your screen is. Just kind of pay attention to like your screen, focusing on the middle, almost like splitting it with a line down the middle. And yeah, it's complicated, but you can do it. Just try it. The Eye of Reach and Flintlock combo is actually probably my favorite. 2 hits is basically guaranteed kill, and it also means that you can stay at a range that you don't actually get Cutlass spammed, which brings me on to my next weapon, the Cutlass. First though, I just want to say, if you are enjoying this content, please consider subscribing. I release Sea of Thieves content weekly, and I am looking to up that to twice a week in the very near future. Alright, let's jump back in. The Cutlass is a formidable weapon, providing you get the first hit in. If you don't, unfortunately, you are doomed to a life of Cutlass rimming that unfortunately cannot be avoided. I hate this. It's the worst, and it's the reason that I used range weapons more than anything else, because it means that I can stay away from this problem and, get less frustrated at the game mechanics. One thing I will say about the Cutlass though is I use it a lot for things like transportation. If I'm not PvPing, if I'm not in arena, then most of the time I will have a Cutlass on me, but that's only because if you're doing something like a tall tale or any kind of quest that involves you jumping from the boat to an island, it's really handy to be able to use it to get from the ship to the island, or to the island, from the island to the ship, by using the sword lunge. And well, the sword lunge is probably my favorite little mechanic in the game, especially for transportation, other than firing cats out of cannons, which is oddly satisfying. If you are using the sword, one tip that I will say is remember to use the bunny hop jump technique, which involves using a bunny hop followed by a jump followed by a bunny hop followed by, you get it. This will help you kind of stay away from your enemy pretty quickly if they're also using a sword or even a blunderbuss. This could save you just in the nick of time before you get one shot, which brings me on to the blunderbuss. The blunderbuss is a close quarters weapon of dreams. If you are close to the enemy when you fire this weapon, it's going to do some serious damage. If we assume that a player has 100 health, each pellet does 10 damage. There are 10 pellets. You do the math, that's an insta-kill if you hit all 10 pellets when you are super close to the player. If you're not super close to the player, just remember they'll be pretty screwed anyway, because although the spread is pretty horrendous, if you remember to aim down the sight to increase your accuracy slightly, you can actually still get a decent shot. The blunderbuss sword combo is a really good starting combo, and if you are using a blunderbuss and you do hit someone but you don't kill them, quickly swap to your sword, go over there, and chances are 1 hit will kill them, if not 2 if you were close enough with the original blunder hit. Okay guys, that does about wrap it up for this video. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like, comment, get subscribed and like the bell to stay up to date for whenever I release a new video. Like I say, new videos weekly, all Sea of Thieves related. Until the next one though, see ya.